What's up with it, y'all? Hope everybody having a blessed day today, because I am. For surely is. Ain't no doubt about that. But I kind of wanted to come in and talk about this reparations thing. It's like kind of weird that, that these people are even asking for reparations at that. It's like every movement that we created over time, they took those movements and they first they downplayed them, then they turned around and they started doing them themselves. They start, our movements, they started doing it themselves. They like, it's something that, that you just see them do over time when it comes to how we move, and it's like it's kind of trippy, man. It's kind of trippy. Like, even to come here, commit fraud, and do all these different things, and then turn around and ask for reparations in itself is just like, to me, it's barnacles. It's barnacles. And people talking about it. People talking about it. I said, these days, we not letting nothing slide. Nothing's gonna slide. Nothing is gonna slide these days. Period. Point blank. So when you go and you do something and and it's centered around something that we did or something that happened with us, oh yeah, we speaking up now. Like, we're not holding back. Like, FBA is not holding back on anything these days, but we're gonna jump into the video and we're gonna jump into the video. Okay, go ask grandma. You gotta wait. You gotta wait till I'm done. And then yeah, let's just go on and dive into the video. See what these people talking about.
My people went through slavery, Jim Crow, and all kinds of stuff, and you never once supported reparations for us. But now you think y'all deserve reparations for illegally coming into the country and facing the legal consequences? You really think y'all about to skip all over us and ignore us? You gotta be out of your mind.
And we are going to have some form of reparation.
And listen, this Pramila Jail Paul lady, this is not her first time saying this. She's been fighting for reparations for at least the last 7 years for illegals since she's been in office. She's supposed to be the first woman from India to serve in the House of Representatives. And not once did she ever support reparations for Black Americans. But the caucus she's a part of, the Asian caucus, they use the Black caucus every single time to vote for someone. My people went through.
Wow, that's what I be saying. Like, when they people get in office, they fight for stability for they people. Like, they'll act like we not even here.
May the ancestors follow each and every one of you home for the disrespect that you have shown today. Our ancestors will get their lick back on you. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, it's crazy, this reef right here, right? Because I used to work at a flower shop, but this is like if you was gonna go get a reef, at least get one of the more expensive ones. This is like one of the small, cheap ones. They get huge. They get huge, where I can't even do it on camera. They get hella huge, but
that you have shown today. It is not our fault that you went into neighboring towns and villages and stole people. It's not our fault that you sold your mothers, that you sold your fathers, that you sold your brothers, that you sold your sisters, that you sold the teachers, the doctors, the farmers, everybody. You sold them into slavery, and now you have a brain drain. That is on you. Your nation will forever be cursed until you do right by us. Until you do right by the foundational Black Americans, you will forever be cursed. That is why you are begging the year of return. We all know that your cold country was broke. That's why you had the year of return. That's why you trying to get us to come home. But that is not our home. We are home. The place that sold us can never be home to us. We are home.
They trying to run the Ghana Juneteenth experience.
We will not come back and
They
save
be
you
stealing
from the
everything.
turmoil that you
The ultimate New Year experience. Dang. Future Festival formerly Afrochella. Afrochella? Wow.
on yourself.
Y'all went through all that trouble of doing those rituals to make sure that the 1% of people that were sent here to the United States, that their souls could not remember where they were from or how to take revenge out on you. And look,
rituals.
You brought your behinds over here, and now they followed you home. You showed them the way back to enact revenge on you.
1 week later.
Ghana, March 30th, 2026.
Wow.
But still on floods, the Ghana Meteo is warning residents in the Ashanti, Eastern and Western regions to prepare for more consistent rainfall in the coming days. Accra and some other parts of the country have already experienced the rains this dawn, with flash floods in some parts of the city. According to senior meteorologist Joshua Asamoah, these regions will experience intermittent but sustained rains throughout the week.
And I hope to answer.
I forget the floods
Of the country have already experienced the rains this dawn, with flash floods in some parts of the city. According to senior meteorologist Joshua Asamoah,
that is crazy. Like that's wild.
It's a brand new day in America. Let's check this out.
Jason Hill is a philosophy professor at DePaul University, joining us this morning as part of our series looking at Black History Month. Professor Hill, you wrote a book, What Do White Americans Owe Black People? How did you answer that question?
My argument is that reparations, by and large, have already been made to Black Americans through the 1964 Civil Rights Act and through affirmative action programs, through cultural reparations, I argue, have been made through Black Studies programs. And basically, you know, the 1972 Employment Act, and that a free society can really go no further in making restitution to a group of people who might have been suffering from the residual effects of slavery.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about yesterday. They always telling us, like, it's weird because, you know, that's what a lot of them do. They even make videos about what's going on with us, and it's like, then when you see their videos of what's going on with them, you be like, man, if y'all don't, y'all should be making them videos. Like the stuff that's going on over there right now in Africa, South Africa, and with the Ghanaians, and man, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's like you got your own problems. Deal with that. And then why you want to tell us we shouldn't be doing this? But yet y'all funking with each other over there, like badly, though. Badly.
Are those financial reparations?
No, because there are no slaves still alive today. There can be no, on my reasoning, going by the logic of the Civil Liberties Act of 1988, there can be no direct financial compensation.
Antoinette in Philadelphia.
It's wild how they say that, as if they don't understand what's going on and what's been going on today. I think that's the problem that I have with these people when they try to speak on reparations for us right now. Is the fact that y'all don't have the full story. Y'all go, well, you know, there's no more slaves. There's no more slaves. And it's like, wait, no, we're descendants of slaves. Okay, if that's the case, then how can the Ghanaian president come over here and do what he did and even go to the UN and ask for money or ask for reparations or, you know, even ask for slavery to be acknowledged, that it was like one of the worst things that happened in the world right here in the United States, and they agree on that. It's like, I feel like Ghana should start paying out reparations first. They should, since you did that, you might as well start paying it out first.
Yes, good morning. I'm
Because look, wait, hold on. Listen to this guy right here.
bet a vessel, a boat at Cape Coast, and you decide to go to the north, go to the Bono area, get to the Ashanti area, get into the Asin area, and you are chasing your own people, the strongest amongst them. Then after 100 years, you say, I should be compensated. Who should compensate who? Mr. Speaker.
Chasing your own people, and then 100 years later, you should say you should be compensated. He like, wait, we compensate who?
With the greatest respect, I don't want us to create a certain impression that,
it's already done.
Expressing an opposing view to this whole reparation thing makes you anti-African, or you are not thinking about the suffering. Who suffered?
Exactly.
We maltreated our own. We maltreated our own and told the white man that he should also maltreat our own. So, Mr. Speaker, the story must be told and be put in its proper context. It is also a fact that inhumane treatment, the unfortunate humiliation, the marginalization, the injustice, the abuse of our ancestors who became victims of this slave trade, Mr. Speaker, must be condemned, and I so condemn him.
Exactly. And that's wild. That's once I started seeing that, because like I said, I know a little history about Africa, but not enough. But then even that right there, because he said Ghana was not a nation during slavery. Why would they be compensated? Exactly. But ain't that some shit? To even think about that, like it had you kind of brain rot, because it's like, wait, then how come they asking for? Like, they didn't even exist then.
They were treated as less human. And Mr. Speaker, if that is where the argument is being situated, then Mr. Speaker, I'm all for it.
But he's saying it right there. He's saying it right there, which is telling his own, basically.
If I may speak, I've been
telling his own, basically. Like, come on now. Like, how is they supposed to get reparations if they weren't even the ones who the shit happened to? They gave away. They was selling slaves, and then the way they was treating the slaves, they was giving the slave owners the knowledge of how to run the slaves and treat the slaves. Like, this basically what he said. Like, so how could they even be asking for anything? How could they even be saying anything about this? That's why I said them motherfuckers should be the first one to be giving up something for the slaves, the ones that who families were slaves, who ancestors was slaves. Ghana should be the first one. Just, hey, look, we just gonna write a check, and get the thing started. If anything, instead of basically going up there and trying to put themselves like they're the victims and they should get something.
This Representative Jayabal, Democrat, is saying that if they win the mid-election, they need to give reparations to the children and families traumatized by ICE.
Need to be held account for the trauma that they have created, and we are going to have some form of reparation for the kids and the families that have been traumatized through all of this.
Not the Black Americans that have been traumatized for over the last 450, 500 years in this country, or the ones that have been holding down the Democratic Party. No. When I tell you as Black Americans, you better stop taking your eyes off the prize, because you continue to make Democrats and everyone else out here think that we good. Black Americans is good, y'all. We need to focus on a whole new group of people here that have not even bought into this, paid into the system like we have. This is so disrespectful. Number one, who's going to pay for them reparations? because it damn sure wouldn't be Black Americans paying reparations, the people who came here.
Hey, this is what I hate when they say this. They say, well, yeah, well, I'm an immigrant. I'm not paying for reparations with my tax money. And it's like, we've been taking care of y'all with our tax money for a long time. We've been using our tax money to help fund you immigrants coming here and building what you built here. That was off our tax dollars, not anybody else's. What's up with it, money? Hey, that was off our tax dollars. So you have the nerve to tell me this is how y'all? Okay, yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years.
We don't got no allies.
And ain't been a slave nowhere up in here. Nowhere. We're the ones that was picking cotton for free. We're the ones that...
I know, that's weird every time I think about it, because me being 50 and then my mom being like in her 70s and she telling me she was picking cotton, and I'm like where? Wait, hold on. Wait, you even though you was getting paid for it, but still though, I'm like going, dang, you was picking cotton in order to fund y'all going to school or whatever for y'all school clothes and different things like that, bro. I'm like going, dang, man, you need to question your parents about stuff. Period. Question your parents about stuff, because they got stories on stories on stories.
That built this country for 400 years for free. We are the women that were being legally raped in this country for centuries. No one else. How damn disrespectful of you to even talk about reparations for anyone other than
Black
us.
First.
This is what I'm saying about Black folks. We got to stop. We are letting people disrespect our ancestors. For this lady to even open up her mouth talking about reparations for anybody else in this damn country, she must be crazy. Where's Roland Martin?
Blood.
Where's Joyanne Reed?
Exactly.
Where's Tamika Mallory? Where all y'all at? Y'all was so mad at Nicki Minaj, but you ain't got nothing to say about this woman saying immigrants deserves reparations before us. That's why I say it's fake outrage. Everyone should be mad as hell about this right here. I wish y'all would. You would never get another damn vote from me ever again. Have a good day.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I think we as Black people in America, we as FBAs, bro, we don't need to vote none of these people in the office. Why are we giving these people our votes and these people are not for us? You don't see none of us in office or going into office. And I think, that's it's going to happen soon. I think now that it's time for somebody that's FBA to start, trying to get in office, raise our kids to get in office, because when they get in office, it's the same. But I'm gonna tell you, it's the same with the job market or the state funded programs. If you think I don't know what I'm saying, go in to a state or a state funded program and see who's running those offices. When you go in there, you're going to be confused and you're going to wonder why a lot of these programs don't work for us. Because when they start running it, they're bringing their people in. That's why they're doing the whole thing with the truck drivers right now, to where they're snatching truck driving licenses, because when they get into those places, they're giving their people the licenses. They're helping their people out before anything. It don't matter if they people know how to drive, if they they don't even know all the code of the streets. They don't even know the stop signs and all that. They just throwing them in there, giving them a license, put them out there truck driving. So it's always been like this. And this is the one thing I don't makes me kind of angry, is because the immigrants that make it seem like they backing us or they for us, they know this been happening. They've been a part of it. They've been a big part in it. That's why it don't matter. And I'm not just talking about state funded organization. I'm talking about jobs. When you go into certain places of work, and then it's ran by immigrants, and then the immigrants are hiring their people. They're not hiring you. They know what they doing. And then when we speak out like this, oh, okay, yeah, we don't care if ICE deport y'all. They get mad, like we're doing something wrong. And it's like, y'all been doing us wrong from the jump, bro. Like, really, y'all been doing us wrong from the jump. And I'm going to tell you, what made the shit okay is when the racist white folks, when they were doing it, because they were doing it, early on. So when they pulled the immigrants seen, oh, dang, this the play. They start running the same play. And then, when we turn on them and we flip on them and we say, oh, yeah, we ain't spinning at your store. Oh, y'all, why y'all trying to turn on us? Why y'all know what y'all been doing? Like I told you, bro, every time I come in and I say what they've been doing, I kind of feel ignorant. I feel stupid. Not even ignorant. I feel stupid because they know what they be doing. They know what they've been doing. They know what's been going on. But they gonna play the card like they didn't know, like, oh yeah, like y'all was part of the play when the U.S., the white men said, okay, yeah, this the play. Y'all came and y'all ran it, and y'all looked down on us and kept us out the limelight on purpose. And it's like, bro, you feel me? Like, this shit is weird as shit. These people be hella weird.
Well, you do remember when they showed that the immigrants were marching on Selma. And we said,
Said, do I support Donald Trump? No, I don't. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't even do politics, bro. I don't vote. I don't do politics. I never did politics. Like I said, I was in prison. I got out of prison. I couldn't vote once I got out. So I never voted. I've never tried to vote. Like I couldn't vote. So I can now if I want to, but I choose not to because every time they put people in front of us, they put people that none of them is for us. They put people in front of us that act like and talk like they for us. And as soon as we vote for them, they're going against us. I've been seeing this for the longest. We like it, and I said, vote for what, bro? South Park made a whole fucking episode on it. When they had the douchebag and the other little thing, you feel me? And they put these two things in front of you and you got to vote for one. And then if your one win, you feel like you won. And it's like, how you win? How you win when they ain't for you? They ain't for you. They for themselves and for they people. And everyone that got in, they'll claim to be black. They'll claim to be Black American. They'll claim to be FBA. And then they won't be. And then soon as they get in office, they start passing laws and doing stuff to help their people out, to help immigrants out, and different things of that nature. And I'm still baffled going, how is immigrants even getting in office? How is that even a thing? Like you telling me, because this ain't something that you can do in any other country. You can't be an immigrant in another country and get into office. It's not possible, but it's possible here. And the only reason they made it possible is for us, to keep us down, to hold us back from being able to do anything or to grow. It's like, wow, right? Because the system was set up against us. Like, we know this. Like, we don't have to keep saying it. We already know. The system was always set up against us. So why support any of these motherfuckers, man? That's the way I look at it. Why support any of them?
Okay, what is that about, right? And we've seen the Democrat Party all a part of it. All right, cool. That's that. Now you have Representative Pramila Jayapal. She's going to speak about the immigrants as well and prosecutions and all of this. But this video has a lot of Black Americans extremely offended at what this woman is even suggesting should go to immigrants in this country who were breaking the law, violating immigration law. Y'all check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, that last part where she said that we got to have some form of reparations. Okay, for the immigrants. All right. So this is what the Democrats are suggesting now, Black voters, that you come in this country, you overstay visas, you come in this country, your TPS expired, you just snuck in the country, right? You didn't have none of those programs. Your green card expired and you're still in the country and they told you need to leave America. And then they catch up to you and say, hey, you don't have a legal right to be here, so we're going to detain you and deport you out of the United States of America. What the Democrat Party is saying is that well, because of that enforcement on these people, we need to give them, well, you do your...
We got to get them reparations because of this. Yeah, it's wild because I was just looking that up. It's like it's like immigrants can vote, but it's like how many immigrants do vote? Yes, I see like more concepts. Racism may vote. Federal election may apply. See the rest of the election is illegal for a non-citizen to vote in federal election. No evidence that unauthorized immigrant green card holders. I know immigrants can vote though, but I don't think if they ain't got no green card. Because it's like, I don't think it's hard to make yourself a U.S. citizen. And do they even check that when you go into the voting? When you even go into the voting booth, do they check that? Is that something that they even check?
Ladies and gentlemen, that last part where she said that we got to have some form of reparations. Okay, for the immigrants. All right. So this is what the Democrats are suggesting now, black voters, that you come in this country.
Yeah, say more than half of U.S. immigrants are eligible to vote. Like more than half of U.S. immigrants are able to vote.
You overstay visas. Basically. You come in this country, your TPS expired. You just snuck in the country, right? You didn't have none of those programs. Your green card expired, and you're still in the country, and they told you need to leave America. And then they catch up to you and say, hey, you don't have a legal right to be here, so we're going to detain you and deport you out of the United States of America. What the Democrat Party is saying is that, well, because of that enforcement on these people, we need to give them reparation cash. We need cash money, right? Cash money to the people. Notice she didn't say we need to do a study. Notice she didn't say a study. Notice she didn't say we need to have meetings and all of this. No. She's mentioning prosecutions, and she's mentioning money. Now, Black America, just hearing that, and she's a ranking member, as you can clearly see, hearing that, you should be greatly, greatly offended, okay? And listen, I told you, we did the interview even with Claude, right? And even Claude told you as well, or some people said Claudette, told you as well, is that they do not want to give reparations to Black Americans because it's going to disrupt the power structure. Giving money to...
Ain't that some shit, huh? Like, we don't want to give Black people reparations because it's going to disrupt the power structure. Ain't that some
Immigrants
shit?
Does not disrupt the power structure, but giving it to us disrupt their power structure. Now, the Democrats have proven, even after they lost horribly in 2024, they're still on this immigration kick. And Democrats, let me tell you something. We don't have to go vote in mass for Republicans for you to lose. All we got to do is sit it out. Or we can vote a third party.
Exactly.
We can do any of those three. Vote Republican, vote third party, or sit it out, and you lose. Because you cannot win without the black vote. Maybe in certain areas you can, but when it comes to the presidency, you cannot become the president without the black vote. It's just bottom line. And Democrats, let me tell you something. You keep talking, ladies and gentlemen, that last part.
Hey, for real, sit it out. Like, what are we doing, bro?
And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't believe in reparations. Representative in Congress advocating and pushing for illegal immigrants to get reparations. Just like they hijacked the civil rights movement, just like they are hijacking the 14th Amendment, now they're hijacking reparations.
This representative who says that we need to have some type of reparations for the people who are traumatized by ICE.
To need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us and they need to be held accountable for the trauma that they have created and who are going to have some form of reparations.
Why is everybody all of a sudden now talking about reparations? reparations, this, reparations that, like just tossing the word around like it's nothing, just diluting the whole idea of reparations. And this is the reason why people are starting to see that the Democratic Party is not for Black Americans at all.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party has never been in our favor.
Yeah, we do. Like, especially if you voting, you better do your research and know who is for you and who not. Because I don't think they ever gonna put anybody up there that's for us. It's like we gotta find somebody our own and throw their asses in office. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. It's like we gotta find our own, because if we don't, everybody they put in there seem like they just against us, and it's like we ain't even doing nothing. Like, I'll be mad because I'm like, we ain't even doing shit, bro. We just trying to be. And then even when we come up with something like, even like you coming up with the FBA thing and we all supporting that, it's like they want that to fail. It's like they want anything we do to fail. They don't want nothing. Well, if you know, now that you did this, now what are you going to, Dr. Umar, are you building schools and this and that? Look, bro, we don't gotta build no schools. We really don't have to. We really don't have to. So I don't understand, but I do understand, because to help feed the narrative of what they're trying to do, like open the school, to help try to feed that narrative, to keep on getting the money on that you getting. I see why you would say something like that, or why people say stuff like that about us. Like, we ain't doing nothing. Like, there's no Black owned businesses. There's no Black doctor's office. There's no Black doctors. Like, why they make it seem like all this stuff is not already happening? That's the part that I think throws me off right there, is when they start saying stuff like that. Well, now you did this. Now what are you gonna do? What you mean? What the future holds? Like, everything you saying that what are we gonna do? We're already doing it. So don't let these people stoke you out and make it seem like there's no end game. What's up with it, King Oz? There's no end game to what's going on, because it's already happening. Everybody's already doing and playing their part. That's the problem, right? When you don't have somebody leading you and telling you what you need to do, you leading yourself. You telling yourself what needs to be done. You playing that little part that needs to be played over here. And they're playing that little part that needs to be played over there. Everybody is doing their part. Don't let these people get us confused and make it seem like we're just doing all this for nothing. No, everybody, we have Black people. We have a lot of FBAs that have their own business, that's creating their own foundation, that's running their own shit. We have a lot of them. That's the problem. They want us to make it seem like that's not a thing. Like, it's not a thing. Like, and it's like, we even got, we got FBAs that open up schools and some more shit. You feel me, Dr. Umar? Like, man, they be way behind. They be way behind. They be trying to point out some shit that's not even happening to make you look away from what's already going on. Well, and they already say it. They say, like, when they say stuff like Black people they don't have no foundation. They don't have no leadership. We don't need leadership. We see, this is the problem that they don't understand or get about us. We don't need one person to lead us. We don't. We lead ourselves. Like, we're all, like, our men is kings, like King Oz. Our men is kings. We lead ourselves. We'll listen to you, but that don't mean that I'm going to ride your coattail or ride your bandwagon. That just means I'm going to take in the information, and then I'm going to make the information work for me in order so I can do my thing. And once I get my thing popping, then I can let all my other people in. Like, hey, check this out. This is what I'm doing. You feel me? I can let everybody else in. Like, it's kind of weird, bro, because they try to make us out like we just ain't doing shit. Like, we just ain't doing nothing.
They will prioritize and give everything to
hey,
everybody else.
Hella
every
weird.
other minority group, POC, that comes over here, whether it's illegally or legally, they don't care. As long as they would do anything for them, they won't do nothing for us. Because when have you ever heard a Democrat talk about giving reparations to the descendants of chattel slavery in America? The only people who actually would deserve the reparations. Why are you talking about reparations for?
Yeah, you're right. That's psychological warfare, because they'll put these things in our mind and make it seem like it ain't happening. And then some of us will believe it and go, well, yeah, we're not doing anything. But then we got people like LeBron, and we got all these people in sports. We got people in movies. We got people in TV shows. We got all these different rich ones that are, what are they doing, bro? Like a lot of them is running their own businesses, doing their own thing, helping black folks out. Look, they'll even shut them down and make it seem like they're not doing what they supposed to do. Like LeBron cannot send every black person to college. He can't pay everybody's tuition. But I guarantee you he paid a lot of people tuition. I guarantee you he helped out a lot of black folks in a lot of different ways. He helped out a lot of FBAs all over. He didn't run around talking about it. He didn't have to make it be known. He did it because that's what he do. If you notice, each one of our people that play sports, that do music, or that do anything, they help their families out. They help other people out. But this is the thing. They can't help everybody. They only can help so many. But they do it. They do it. Then they'll tell us and make us turn on our own folks saying this person don't do this. Wait, hold on. I just helped 100 people over here out. Soon as I not help this one, it's a problem. Like think about that. I helped 100 of my people out over here. And just because I didn't help this one, because you don't understand the situation, it's a problem. They make us turn on ourselves in so many different ways, bro. It's like, this should be hella weird.
Who are traumatized by ICE, by immigration enforcement. Reparations for that? I really want y'all to really see, these words, y'all saw it for yourself. Those words actually came out of her mouth. She said there should be some type of reparations. That's basically what she's saying that they would go for if they win, I guess, whatever the next election.
That's what she said, not basically. She's talking about reparations for people
traumatized by ICE. Ain't mentioned, none of them ain't never mentioned reparations for Black Americans or doing anything substantial for our community.
Have Democrats been playing in our faces for so long? But it is a significant difference from getting stolen and taken from your home or origin versus you came over here willingly, whether it was legally or illegally. And now they're saying they're owed reparations. That's a slap in the face. And I just continuously overlook the black community. Even though we've been your voter block forever, but now that we're starting to peel back the layers and open our eyes and remove the veil from over our eyes, a lot of us.
Use some tissue. It's
just time to move. They're just going to try to move on and move the goalposts. And then if we say something and we speak out, all they're going to try to do is gaslight us and move.
Exactly. That's what they always do. Gaslight
and move the goalposts as if we don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Every time they're going to make it seem like we're the crazy deranged ones. Like everything we say, they make it seem like we the problem. And it's like, nah, bro, we ain't never been the problem. That's the problem. It's when everybody else always been the problem. Like we don't run around terrorizing no other people. If we terrorize anything, we terrorizing ourselves. That's it. Nothing else.
Ladies and gentlemen, that last part where she said,
we also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us, and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created, and we are going to have some form of reparation.
Not the Latina Democrats up here talking about they need reparations because of ICE raids. What is going on in 2026? Y'all, I don't know what type of timeline this is, but reparations, wait a minute, because are they losing the plot? This is why I keep saying, y'all, we got to get off the Democratic plantation because they're fighting for reparations for illegal immigrants. Like everybody keeps saying, oh, ICE is ICE. Do y'all know what ICE is? ICE is a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It's the primary federal agency under the Department of Homeland Security responsible for enforcing immigration laws and investigating cross-border crime. ICE focuses on detaining and deporting undocumented immigrants and investigating transactional crimes, transnational crimes, including human smuggling and trade violations. So they deserve, the illegal immigrants. Child, I'm stumped. As a Black American, and all that we've experienced in this country, Democrats have said time and time again why they couldn't give us reparations or why we don't deserve it and how.
My bad. Yeah, I was muted. They in there scared of a slug. I gotta go kill the slug. I'm like, it is a slug. Like, you know, like, why the whole house scared of a slug? Like, you know, my 16-year-old, he in there, he taller than me. Like, you scared of a slug, son? Come on now.
They calculated, yet they're so willy-nilly and gung-ho to be advocating for reparations for people that came into the country illegally. And I don't need y'all to get up in my comments popping and talking about, oh, it's because they was detaining somebody is something that law or all types of law enforcement does. The reason why our crime statistics look the way that they do, because we always get unlawfully detained at higher and disproportionate rates, other than in comparison to other groups of people. Being detained doesn't mean that you're getting deported. So, of course, sometimes they might make a mistake, but they let you go.
Yeah.
But y'all think y'all deserve reparations for that? Oh, they really trying to get us out in the street.
Hey, look, this is what like I told you, like, this shit be so comical. You can't even be angry no more. Like, because that's how they looked at us. They looked at us as angry Black people. That's why I always had the mad Black woman. And it's like, we not even angry no more. But think about that. We've been getting shot by the police, hemmed up by the police. You like it's a whole different ball game when you get pulled over for a tail light and they have you get out your car and they search you and search your whole car. A lot of people don't go through that. Like, that's something that a lot of us as FBA Black folks been going through. I've been going through it since I was, since I first started driving. I've been going through that. I done been pulled over for a tail light. I done been pulled over and not even speeding. I done been pulled over just for driving black and get pulled over. And they run all my stuff, search my car, go through my whole car, don't find nothing, don't give me no ticket, and then just let me go. And every time, like, I didn't argue. I didn't argue or anything. I said, if that's the case, they owe us so many reparations. If that's the case right there, if they throwing that in there, we need to put that in our shit too. Hold on. Y'all want to take some of our shit? We gonna take y'all's too. Because that's the shit that's been happening to us forever. Forever, bro. Forever. And it ain't changed. It's still happening right today.
Because we keep saying, oh, we're sitting this one out. We gonna chill. We gonna party and bullshit and work and do what we need to do behind the scenes. But could y'all imagine if they gave illegal immigrants reparations for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement doing their job? Now, I don't agree with brute force. I don't agree with any of those things, but when we've been on the chopping block, they say, oh, just comply. So if you just comply, they ain't got to drag you out your car. If they say get out your car, get out your car. They ain't got to drag you.
Exactly.
If you don't run off and leave your little 6-year-old son by himself, they don't got to escort your son and your kids nowhere. They probably will be able.
Now, ain't that some shit, right? Because this is what we've been teaching to our black kids for the longest. This is what we've been teaching.
Able to go with you. Just comply. Or do the proper paperwork route to legalize yourself. There's immigration laws in every country in the world. But for some reason, when it comes to the United States of America, y'all feel like it's a free-for-all. First, it was the Somalis saying that they deserve reparations. Now it's the Latin Democrats. Child,
Trump is an idiot.
What y'all think? Do they?
They do try to bait us in because they want you to act. That's why they ask you for your ID, ask you for all your shit, and then they say, "Oh, they smell like I smell weed in the car." It's like, you smell weed. Like, you know what's crazy, right? Before weed was legal here in California, they would smell weed in the car. They wouldn't even say nothing. This is before it even got legal here in California. You get pulled over, you know, because we be smoking in the car, and they smell it. Did nothing happen. They wasn't tripping. They'll check, see if you got guns or anything. They always get us. That's the first thing they try to do. I'm just trying to make sure you ain't got no guns or no drugs in the car. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? Do all of us carry guns? Well, yeah, you know, in Fresno you had to. But that's a different story. But I'm just saying, this is the thing that they've been doing to us for the longest, bro. Like, it ain't nothing new. I done went to jail a couple of times just because driving while black. Like, many a time. It's been a few times.
I don't even know what to say. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. What y'all think about this? I really feel like this might cause a riot in the street. Like, I don't.
It need to. That's what we need to do. Hey, it's crazy, right? Because I remember a time, like, because they say how ICE be running up on people and grabbing them. I remember one time we was chilling in the apartments. We was just chilling. Everybody was just standing around. And my uncle was leaning on the wall like this. And he went like this. Like, he was like, wait, he stood up and he was like, what the fuck? When he went like this, it was a handcuff on his hand. It was a handcuff. Police right there just handcuffed everybody. You're like, this is something, like, if we had to get reparations for not just slavery, like that's what's crazy. It's not just slavery, but everything that happened afterwards. Jim Crow, redlining, the things that even happen today, bro, they would be broke. And it would be a whole power shift. It would be a power shift because they would basically owe us the whole United States. Like, y'all just give it to us. You know, you might as well, because y'all ain't doing shit right anyway. Like, they will owe us everything that they got. And I think that's what they be talking about. They like, nah, it'll break us. When really it won't. It won't. You spending money on everybody else, on everything else. You can get reparations to every other nationality except us.
What's up, TikTok?
This is the point. I don't even care about that shit.
I had to make a video about this.
Care if they do or don't.
Because the mere simple fact that with this woman, this congresswoman out of Washington, D.C., 7th District, when she came before the congressional floor on Friday and said, God damn. So this right here is Pramila Jayapal. I don't really care if I pronounce your name wrong. So check this shit out.
Yeah.
This woman had the nerve to bring to the floor
a lot of shit
and speak about reparations. Not for who you think should get reparations. No, not for who you think should get reparations. No, wipe that out your mind. Because the orange man, and this is purely because of the orange man from what she said, the ICE agents have trauma. You know what? Let me just play the video. You can hear it from her mouth. Roll the video.
And we also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation.
If she don't stop it.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear her right? What she just said? She said that they not only need, ICE agents don't only need to be criminalized and charges brought against them, but the illegal immigrants that have been traumatized by the motherfucking ICE agents, she said the R word. She said they need to start talking about reparations. Now, mind you, we already know about what UN just voted on last week, and United States, Venezuela, and Israel said, hell, fuck no, we ain't with that. we ain't doing that. And mind you, the reason that the United States says that they are against that vote, of declaring slavery, the slave trade, the gravest crime against humanity, you know what the United States said? We don't think it's a gravest crime in American history against humanity because it was the law back when we was selling black folks and trading black folks like baseball cards. Look, man, why don't y'all just say what it really is? Everybody in this world know black people need to get reparations in this country. But everybody hates black people.
Exactly.
But they love black culture. They love black music, black food, black culture, black style, black slang. Everything that black people do, sing, say, wear, walk, talk, dance, they just don't like black people. That's what it really is.
That's what it boils down to.
How can you sit up here and let me tell you something? Let me make this one fact.
We ain't even mad though.
This is an opinion fact.
We've been knowing.
If you are a diehard Republican or a diehard Democrat, I don't see how you can just blindly vote for either
like
side.
A cartoon, bro.
Both of them full of bullshit. Both of them. Now, it is no mystery to me why an Indian woman born in India is fighting for illegal immigrants to get reparations. That's no surprise to me. 1 + 1 = 2. Now, I bet you this is one of the individuals, because all Democrats, they don't want reparations for black people in the United States. But I can bet your ass that a woman born in India, she ain't fighting for no black people to get reparations.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. That's what
Hell no. You think she fighting for black people to get reparations? Hell no.
See, this is what I'm telling you, man. Our voice stands out. Like when we get to speaking, man, that shit echoes through the whole planet. It echoes through the whole planet, and everybody can hear us.
In one note, I just got to throw this in. Ghana, who the hell y'all think y'all are trying to get reparations for black folks? Y'all trying to slide y'all ass in there to get some money?
FBA. Women gonna support her.
If you check the history books,
come on,
it's in there. Y'all sold some black folks too. Y'all sold your own people. Y'all sent some in there. Y'all sent some over to the United States of America. You sent some to Brazil. You sent some to South America, Panama, United States, the islands, the Caribbean islands.
Whoever was paying.
Who are y'all to ask for money for the slave trade?
Hey, it's crazy because like that's what he was saying. Like they took our best people. No, your own they own person said they ran and basically y'all went and took y'all own people and sold them. Wait, where this guy at? Look, this guy right here.
Bet a vessel.
Y'all sold y'all prime top Africans.
And you decide to go to the north, go to the Bono area, get to the Ashanti area, get into the Sin area, and you are chasing your own people, the strongest among them.
You hear him? You chasing your own people, the strongest among them. These are the ones y'all went and y'all tried to get up out of y'all country because how powerful they were. He said the strongest among them is the ones that you were chasing.
Get into the Sin area, and you are chasing your own people, the strongest among them. Then after 100 years, you say, I should be compensated. Who should compensate who? Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, I don't want us to create a certain impression that, expressing...
Look, he even laughing. Because this shit is funny, bro. This shit is all some weird-ass game going on that we not clearly seeing. Like, it's a weird ass game going on. And, you know, we can't get emotional about it. Look, he even laughing, going, what the fuck is going on?
An opposing view to this whole reparation thing makes you anti-African, or you are not
nothing to do with Ghana.
Thinking about the suffering. Who suffered?
Who's suffering?
We maltreated our own. We maltreated our own and told the white man that he should also maltreat our own.
Exactly. You showed them how to treat the slaves.
The story must be told and be put in its proper context. It is also a fact that inhumane treatment, the unfortunate humiliation, the marginalization, the injustice, the abuse of our ancestors who became victims of this slave trade, Mr. Speaker, must be condemned, and I so condemn him.
He said the ones that mistreated and did this thing, they gotta be condemned. Meaning, you Ghana and the other ones over there. And Ghana, they didn't even exist at the time. What the hell? I don't even want to say Ghana. Africa. You Africa?
They were treated as less human. And Mr. Speaker, if that is where the argument is being situated, then Mr. Speaker, I'm all for it. But
and that's crazy. See, now, he's not doing like the Ghanaian president. See, the way he's talking is like, bro, like, you know, no, this is something that, you know, not is for anybody over here. If it's coming to reparations, it's not for anybody over here. It's for the ones that is still going through it and the ones that survived it. It's not for us. We gave, like, we chased them down and we sold them. But this ain't that Judge Joe Brown? I think it's Judge Joe Brown. Yeah, Judge Joe Brown talking about this lady right here. Like, I found this interesting what he was saying also on here. Like,
over 80% of these kids cross the border unaccompanied.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
They're trying to paint a picture that, oh, they're separating kids from their families. A lot of these kids they were not with their parent, not the mother, not the father, not both. So they were trafficked over. Tom Homan and his task force, they even reported on over 300,000 children they were able to save from being. Well, I thought you said I come in. You left the door. You left the door open.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
and then when I walked in, you didn't call 911. So what do you want me to do? And then you gave me something to eat and a bed to sleep in.
That's what they're talking about.
Now you got a new landlord, and a new landlord saying, no, y'all got to go.
Yeah, that's the Democratic position versus the Republican position. So Donald Trump is the landlord, and the Democrats are the fools. Oh, what are you going to do? You're causing difficulties. Will you be nice? If I give you some more, would you please calm down just a little bit? Like, what the hell is the matter with you, fool?
So let me play this clip here.
Hey, it's crazy because I'm trying to get, because he was
for
going,
Congress to step up
he
and
was
to
going
legislate protections, ideally to legislate to outlaw the existence of family detention period. That is the only real solution.
Thank you so much. We are at time and votes are about to.
I'm sorry, her name is Jayapal, Representative Jayapal.
Be called.
Sound like a food dish.
But I really want to thank all of you. Manny, I want to thank you for your courage in speaking up and organizing students at your school, and for being here, because I know it's a tremendous risk to your family and to you. And I think that there are many kids across the country.
You know where I heard this? Some damn fool lawyer was trying to tell me that nothing should be done to these children who were helping out this drug lord sell crack because they were just children, but this enterprising drug dealer was using children to run the drugs. It's like, wait, excuse me. What do you mean nothing should be done to stop this? You see, the children, by where they are, that's criminal. If they're staying with the parents, you don't not lock the parent up because he's got children. That's like, Judge, what am I going to do? I said, well, you should have thought about that.
Here's the thing, Judge. Hold on for a second. Here's the thing. See, the children that they're talking about, majority, over 80% of these kids cross the border unaccompanied.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
They're trying to paint a picture that.
Hey, because over there, like, I think that was like, it was India, or it was one of them countries. They were Indian. But I told you, bro, they was handing their babies over the gate to get them up out of their country. They was like, I'm talking about babies, kids, everything, because everybody couldn't go. So they were handing their kids, like, here, at least just take my kid over there and I stick here and I go through this. And it was like, bro, I want to say it was hundreds of thousands of them. Like how this is right here. It was hundreds of thousands of them trying to basically get on the plane and come over here, or trying to escape whatever was going on over there. That shit was terrible.
That, oh, they're separating kids from their families. A lot of these kids they were not with their parent, not the mother, not the father, not both. So they were trafficked over. Tom Homan and his task force, they even reported on over 300,000 children they were able to save from being human trafficked.
Yeah, but see, it's like this. Ma'am, excuse me, but don't try to run that on the court about what's happening to your children. You and your Confederates robbed 5 liquor stores or corner grocery stores. You shot 6 people. One of them died. The jury decided to give you a conviction for robbery with a deadly weapon, aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. The guidelines say you're supposed to get 35 years. The court really doesn't care at this point whether or not your children should be in a hardship situation. It will see to it that the Department of Human Services takes them into custody, manages their affairs, and maybe puts them up for adoption if you don't have the relatives, but you're not.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. At the same time, I feel like America is like being smart about it, because yes, like when they went to the UN and America said no, yeah, they can say no, because the ones that are talking and trying to get this thing did nothing happen to them. They were the ones that were, selling slaves and doing the thing. And it's like, they don't deserve to get any compensation for anything. They was a part of the problem. And America said some more shit too. America just ain't for that shit. They like, nah, we ain't been giving them niggas nothing. We ain't giving them nothing still. Like, America is cold as ice.
Not staying out of jail after these hideous felonies just because you have children. You should have thought about that on the front end.
So let me play the rest of this.
Country that are inspired by you. I know we are, and I want you to know that we heard you loud and clear, and we're going to make sure that this testimony gets out to everyone and to the. It's very, very difficult. It's such a serious situation, but how beautiful to have your children here as well, your nieces and nephews here as well, to give us the joy of children that every child should be experiencing.
Can you stop a second?
Abuses of the violations.
Yeah, stop this.
Can you stop a second? There are a lot of us that don't get moved to tears by this, but to intense anger that stupid jackasses like this fool who set this condition up are unpunished, that are still holding responsible positions so they can continue setting this mess up. What they did is they set things in motion that resulted in what this fool is crying about. Don't give me this crap. You were trying to maintain your authority to run your social programs and your silly agendas, also to make sure that your folk in high finance continued to make enormous profits from what they were doing. And you set this up. It's not Donald Trump. It's not the Republicans. They're trying to clean up a mess that this kind of somebody is responsible for. And you know what I'm hearing? Again, this sounds like Nazi agents in 1934 and 5 trying to justify what they did to the Weimar Republic to destroy it in Germany. Deutschland, Deutschland. Yeah.
Difficult to capture. And I think we're going to have to continue to make these connections for the country about how on every sphere, every level, we are seeing these continue. We have to continue to call out the profiteering. Representative Castro mentioned this. It's something I've spent a lot of time on. We need to outlaw private prisons for immigrants. That should not exist. These should not be there for profiteering for big corporations that then channel those profits back into this administration that facilitates.
Look, bro, look at what they're doing. Are you paying attention to this? Private prisons for immigrants. What about the private prisons for us? the private prisons, the American private prisons. Like America has more prisons than all the other countries put together. That prison in America is like the new slave shit. Like when I was in prison, you know how when you go to the government offices, like the court building and all those different things, we made all the furniture for that. For each office, those chairs that you see them sitting in, the tables, the desk, we made all that shit in prison for $2.50 an hour. And all of it. Like if you go, a lot of them still have the tag on it, and the tag will say Prison Industry Authority. So this, like, them getting compensation for the stuff that's happened to the immigrants is just them shedding light on what's been happening to us for the longest. And they're shedding light on it going, you know, we know it happened to them, but we need to get paid for this. You feel me? Like, but all the stuff that they're shedding light on or that they're talking about, like, it's shit that's already happened to us. That's still happening to us. They're still using prisons to lock us up and have us doing their biddings, because in prison, you don't really, you know, you don't get paid really no money for making the stuff for the government in prison. Like, that's the wild part. So it's like, these people that lost their mind,
the day,
but they,
when we are back in power,
smart.
One of the important things we're going to have to do.
You heard it when she just said, and at the end of the day, when we are back in power.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear it. That's what we're trying to make happen. That's why we've got this mess to begin with. Like they said, 5 years, if they're in a refugee status, they become citizens automatically. They don't have to do a damn thing. They get to vote in the elections. And if this had been made retroactive by that shyster Harris, Imhoff, getting in office, she could have signed an order that made it retroactive to January 2020. These criminals would be able to vote now, and they would be rewarded for their criminality. What kind of fool son is that? Oh, if you break into my house, I'm going to make sure you get treated real well.
So let me finish number of different things that need to happen. Number one, we need defensive reform. We need to stop the things that are happening that should not be happening. We need offensive reform. We actually.
No, if you notice, he hot. He hot too, because he want to go off, but she won't let him go off. This ain't the video I was actually looking for. It was another one where he was going off, but she keeps slowing him down. Let him go. Let him go.
We need an immigration system that works and recognizes the contributions of immigrants to this country and establishes legal pathways for people to come to this country and for people to be able to get citizenship. And they've been a part of our communities for so long.
Look,
and
he don't want to listen to that shit. He do not want to listen to that shit. What's up with the GS tax? Hey, he do not want to listen to it. He wants to, every time she say something, he ready to go off. And she like, nah, don't, wait, hold on, let me finish the video.
It's only less than some minutes. It's only 1 minute.
Then we also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability. Because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us, and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation for the kids and the families that have been.
Let that man cook, man, because when she said that, you see, look at him, he said, like, these people is crazy. Like, he know they crazy. He an ex-judge. He know they crazy.
Been traumatized through all of this. You talked about how there's no supports for people even once they're released. We need to make sure that we are funding that kind of work to continue to provide relief. And so there's a lot that's on our plate, but I want you to know how seriously we take this issue and how committed I personally am. If I am chair of the immigration subcommittee, we will be pursuing all of these pieces. And your efforts, Manny, Mrs. Ern, Ms. Caballero, Ms. Diamond Kust, Ms. Desai, are not in vain. And
Nobody's against immigration. It's just supposed to be illegal. Nobody's against somebody wearing a fine pair of shoes or carrying a nice purse. You aren't supposed to steal it to get it. You're supposed to buy it.
She said the word reparations for their suffering. And I'm like, the audacity. I don't want to hear not near congressional, not near baby boomer, boule, black, white person. I don't want to hear shit about, oh, you black people don't deserve reparations. Absolutely not. Because all of the things she just named that these illegals and immigrants were going through, we have been, and in some instances continue to, depending on whatever systems where you fall in the economic bracket, are still going through it. Black Americans, we're still going through it. How dare her? And this is the thing she said, when we get back in power. And so this is why I'm going with Trump. If you keep it up with the Iran shit, you are going to lose Congress. Not just because she's going to get let me finish. If Republicans are not in control of Congress and the Democrats are, they are going to, number one, do the impeachment proceedings. Number two, they're going to give illegals a pathway of some temporary status or reparations. They are going to give them reparations. And then a whole bunch of other things that Congress, who controls the purse, that they're going to do. So I'm sorry.
And I think
our nation right now is number one priority, not get the F off with Iran.
They don't need to knock it off for Iran. He's going to have.
If you don't, Congress is going to make you knock it off with Iran. So come on.
Okay. Congress won't change because the election is in November. Somewhere around July, there's going to be a resolution of this where the United States is going to have kicked ass, gotten a lot of stature, and he will have won. Remember Grenada? When people were hollering about, what are you going to do, blah, 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 how dare you go down and invade Grenada? And they did, and they freed the hostages down there. The American medical, you aren't even aware of it. That's fairly recent.
What does it have to do with Congress?
It's exactly the same thing. They were saying.
She ain't even hearing what he's saying. He said, man, what the hell? Like, stop falling for the agenda. They've been playing the same game over and over again. I'm going to give you the play. I'm going to run the play down to you. And you still don't hear the play?
Same point. But what happened is the administration went in there, quickly kicked ass. They set up an invasion of Grenada. They restored order. They freed the American students.
Invading Grenada and invading Iran are two different things.
No, they're not. Because the bottom line, no, they're not.
Doesn't have any. Don't have no nuclear weapons, no bombs, and no nothing like that.
The point is
that was a day trip.
The point is, what he's trying to say is, everybody was talking shit. Soon as they went in there and they had a big victory, everybody was applauding them. So now everybody is talking shit, but when the victory lap is won, when it's run and the victory lap is happening, everybody's gonna. He's saying it's the same play.
It was a day trip. So
that's all that's gonna happen here.
Listen. My point is, if you let these lunatics take control, Congress, White House, this country is done.
You're not going to get them in control because the election is the election is. Listen, I know it's left wing control of the press giving you bullshit, so people will start saying they're trying to get you to do.
I'm looking at actual election results.
What election results?
So far, there have been a dozen of red seats flipped to blue.
There aren't 12 seats that got flipped.
And this is just on state level.
It's state level. That happens as a matter of statistical reliability.
But it's state level that votes people to go to Congress.
That happens all the time.
You have to focus on the midterms. That's
she ain't hearing nothing he's saying. He's like, man, that happens all the time. That ain't nothing.
There hasn't been a situation in the midterms in the last 150 years where that hasn't happened. You
have a lot of. I'm telling you right now, you have a lot of. You sit up here. You have a lot of hope and thinking that the Republicans are doing what they need. They're not doing enough. They're not doing enough.
I'm making a prediction. I'm making a prediction. Since the Iranian Navy has been completely destroyed, since the Iranian Air Force has been completely destroyed, since the communications net in Iran, other than for civilian purposes, which have been left intact on purpose, have been destroyed, considering that their army is decrepit, there is not a damn thing that Iran can do about whatever we choose to do. We will cake our behind in there. We will have a brief occupation for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks of certain areas key to the Gulf, and we will walk out of there.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't. Let me make my point.
Hey, I be hating that when you talking to somebody, right? You hear what they saying, but then you start talking and you just like, you're not going against what they're saying, but you have your own way of looking at it and you're trying to break it down. And they want you to understand what they just said. And it's like, I understand you, but you're not listening to me. Can you listen to me, though? Like, what the heck, man? That lady tripping.
Can I have $1?
For what?
This game on Xbox.
Oh, hold on.
It went down because the Game Pass.
Oh, that's cool.
Please.
Okay, hold on.
Just $1.
Okay, close my door.
Yeah, I'll
give me a minute. Okay, I got you. You just asked me. I said okay. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know, bro. This shit is crazy. This a lot. I gotta get to my family. He said, bro, she just pissed me off. Hey, me too. Cause I kept on going, why you keep let this man cook? Like, let him, it's Judge Joe Brown, let him cook, okay? You feel me? I'm surprised it sounds like a crackhead move to me, like the other judge and shit, but I'm just saying, let that man cook, let him talk. You not even hearing what he's saying. Like, you already opposing what he's saying before it even come off his tongue. It's like you already going back and forth with him, and it's like, well, why? Like, this man is on your show helping you blow up, man. You better let that man cook. Let him say what he said, because he was pissed off. You can see he putting his hand on his face going, what the hell is that? Stop it right there. Let me say something. She like, no, just let me get this minute. And then when the minute done, he like, okay, this is what's crazy. If you notice, she cut him off to the point to where he could not even explain. The points he wanted to speak on, they faded away because she cut him off like so many times. Thanks for subscribing, Craig. But she cut him off too many times, bro. Like, that's crazy. I'm gonna find the other one though. I'm gonna try to find the other one. But Bush had a good mission accomplished speech too 20 years ago. Oh yeah, I remember that. But I gotta go deal with the fam. And I thank everybody for stopping by, everybody for subscribing. Make sure you hit that like button. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. And peace out. Have a good day, though. Don't let this, one thing about when we be watching these videos, man, don't let the shit make you mad. Ain't no use of being mad. Because they want us to get mad. And it's like, nah, we ain't mad. We just going to keep doing what we doing. We going to mind our business, stay to ourselves, and just do what we've been doing. Like, you feel me? Like, it's wild because, like, every time you're under attack from people or a group or organization, when you just kind of play it cool, bro, the universe turns on those people and shit start happening to them people. And it just make you go, dang, they need to just deal with their own problems first. Deal with your own shit, you feel me? Because when you attack us and we not attacking you, shit just start going haywire for you and your people. It just start happening. Like, I ain't saying it got anything to do with the universe. It might. I'm just saying it might, because the same energy that you put out is the energy you get back from the universe. And that energy we've been getting from the universe, you see, we always been good. No matter what happened to us, bro. No matter what happened to us in life, we always been good and we always been on top. No matter what was said about us, what was done about us, it's always been good. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I think in the spiritual way, I think that's why we never have to really fight too many battles, because it's like this universal thing that already knows what we are and what's going on. It handles the battles on itself a lot of times. You feel me? Because when we go and we fight our battles, even speaking on the certain things, you see stuff will happen to us. But when we just sit back and let it happen, shit be happening to them. And that's why they be mad. That's why they be tripping, because they already going through shit. Like coming over from another country and looking at us and how we living and how we just chilling. Yes, a person would kind of be angry because, like I said, look what's going on in their country. So they go, dang, I need to work hard for the white man. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, yeah, you're going to do that. You're going to work the hardest that you ever did because you couldn't get that over there. But we've been working hard. This is something we've been doing. We all have to work. Like, that's just a part of it. But yeah, bro, it ain't even no use of even going bad on people. For what? For what, bro? They already, like, they creating their own demise. And like, we're not even going bad. Like, when we just say, okay, delineation, and we say these other things, we different than you. Look at the kind of commotion that starts up by itself alone. And it's like, once you like, it's weird, right? Because the outside world is just a reflection of the mind. And a lot of them don't really, I think a lot of people don't see it like that. And they don't understand, like I said, why things is happening to them. Like the stuff that's going on in Africa right now. And every other racist country where shit just is going terribly bad. You feel me? Because everybody want to hate black skin, and then they don't understand that reflection that it's it's like, remember back in the days, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say to me bounces off of me and sticks to you. It's like almost like that type of shit. Like y'all say all these different things. I get it on the live sometimes, get people, come in spelling the N-word, like spelling it out. I get it a lot, bro. I don't even be tripping. I just go, these people ain't got nothing else better to do. You feel me? So basically what I'm trying to say, bro, do you mind your own? Fuck them. Like, not in the sense like we don't care about what's going on with we know it's tragic, we've been through it, but stop coming for us and fix yourself, okay? Like we're trying to do. And I think that's the scariest part. Like they said, if they gave us reparations, it'll change the power, it'll change the whole power system. So us focusing on ourselves and doing our own thing, it's changing the power structure without the reparations or anything ever happening. Like, it's already shifting. It didn't shift it already. Because you even got they own people going, oh yeah, that's wrong. You got immigrants speaking on their families and the things that they be doing. So it's like, bro, we just keep doing what we doing. Let them say, oh, well, after the FBA, then what? It's like, what you mean, then what? This is then what? This is the start of something new. And we've been started this. We've been doing this. We've been having black-owned businesses. We've been reaching for the sky. We already in the sky. That's the problem. But don't let them downplay us on like we're not doing nothing. Like, don't let them downplay us, bro. Make it seem like we not doing nothing as a people, because we are. Just because we're not all together as one, and that's what they'll try to make it seem like, we're not all together as one doing it. It's like, no, when one of us do it, we all follow. That's the thing. When one of us is doing it, it jumps to everybody else. You feel me? If you know science, you understand what I'm talking about. Remember how they had the what's names over here that learned this the animals, they learned this one thing in the water, and then the other ones way somewhere else learned the same thing because of one of them, because the ones that learned over here, like them atoms go all the way over there. So we all as a people are connected. So it only takes for one of us to have an understanding or get an understanding for it to spread to all of us. And that's what it's been doing. It's been grabbing all of us, bro. And like, we waking up on a whole nother level. This shit is weird as shit. But I don't get why you think people hate black people. No, it's a lot, because I don't get why you don't think people hate black people. I'm not saying it's all of them. If you hear what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's all people. What color are you? John Baden? I'm not saying all people hate black people. There's a lot. Come on. Now, you will have to be black and go through racism with every race in order to understand what I'm saying. Like, I'll say it clearly again. I remember being young, and like in my city, it was like Mexicans and it was blacks, and it was Asians and it was whites. And not being able to go over my Mexican friends because their parents was racist against black people. Not being able to go over my white friend's house because their parents was racist against black people. But they could come to my house because my family wasn't like that. Like even moving out here and moving to San Diego, like I had a Mexican friend that stayed across the street. Thanks for subscribing, Jones. But I had a Mexican friend that stayed across the street. Now, he was dark skinned like me, so they called him Negro. So I used to go over his house and chill with him. Like one day I went over his house, we standing in the yard, and his mom pulled up. Now you got to understand, this man is 30-something years old. His mom hop out the car and start going off on him. You know why? Because he had a black man in the yard. And she's telling him, I hope you didn't have that dude in my house. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, your son broke as hell. Like, I'm coming over here, I buy a bottle and I come over here and buy some weed and come over here and smoke with him. Like, he broke as hell. Like, what you think, I'm going to steal out your house or something? But this has been an ongoing occurrence within our life. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's everybody. That's not what I'm saying, but it's enough. It's enough people, and it's happening. And it's crazy, right? Dang, because I meant to come in and tell my mushroom trip I had last night. Bro, I was in, I was literally laying in my bed trying to stay in this reality while a whole nother reality was going on right here. See, this is what's crazy, right? This is why we hear so many stories on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all these different things. We begin to live the stories that we are hearing. Like, and we don't understand this is how our minds work. They begin to like when somebody throw a story at you and it makes you feel some type of way, it's because your mind is living that experience. It's living that story out again. It's living, like, even though it's happening to them over there, you're living it too. So on my mushroom trip last night, that's what was happening. Like, I was living from reality to reality to reality. And it was like the trippiest thing, because I'm laying on my bed looking up. And like, as I'm looking up, I see my room, but I see like 3 long bars going like this. They look like bars. They look like almost like, I'll call them life bars, because each bar had a separate reality going on. And like, say if I pay attention to this one, I'll be in this one, right? Everything else will disappear. Now I'm in this reality, which this reality is like a whole different world. It's a whole different place, and I'm existing there. And then, like, once I like kind of snap back a little bit, I can see them all 3 again, and I'll focus on this one, and then I will go and I will live in that reality. So, like, on a higher level, this is what we doing. This is what's going on with us that we don't understand. We living through all these different perspectives of life in our mind in many different ways. You're living it out. Like, and every time though, it kind of kept switching, because it was weird, because you'll be this other person in, like, just say ancient Egypt. You'll be this guy in ancient Egypt walking around. You won't have no recollection of this person right here, this me right here. Like, this me right here don't exist. The only thing that exists is this you that's walking around in Egypt. Now I'm walking around in Egypt doing what I do as a person in Egypt in ancient times, and then, I'll snap out of it. And then I'll be in the 1600s. And I'm walking around, like, people like look like Benjamin Franklin's and shit like that. And I'm just living that life. And then I'll snap out of it. And then I'll be in like the 1600s, the 1500s or something like that. It's like kept switching up like that, bro. It was hella crazy, but it was dope at the same time. I said it's wild, because when you diving in on the psychedelics, you'll live many lifetimes. And like, I think we don't understand that our consciousness, it flows in like a endless stream of everything. So it's like endless. So you will live a million times in one day. You can literally live an infinite amount of lifetimes in one day from every situation that you take on. Because when you go into a situation, or you go into a moment, let's say a moment, you go into a moment, right? And you say, like, I always explain it like this. If I say, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna grab a soda. And let's say I go jump in my car and I get ready to go to the store and I ain't got no gas in my car. Now, I already lived out the moment of just going to the store and grabbing a soda, but now I lived that one out already. But now I'm creating another one, because once I go jump in the car, I don't see no gas. Now it changes. Now the reality changed. Now I'm living out. I'm like, as I'm creating the reality I already lived out, it's changing at the same time. So when I get to the gas station, now like, this is my thing in my head now. Now I gotta go get gas in order to go to the store. So that's the second reality happening right there. On the way to getting the gas, somebody jumped in front of my car on a bike. I accidentally hit them. Now, I done lived out two realities already within within this happening. I lived out the one of me just going to the store, getting what I want, coming out. I lived out the one of me jumping in, getting some gas, and going to the store and getting what I want. And now that reality switched up again. As I'm living this one out, the one that switched up, now it changed to this one. Now I done hit somebody with the car. So I done lived those other two out already. Now I'm living a whole nother one. Now I got to go do all this paperwork with the police and everything and go through that. That's a whole nother reality. It's like each moment is creating an infinite amount of realities that you're living out, lifetimes within your mind, your subconscious mind, that you probably ain't even paying attention to. Like, and you're living them out over and over again. Like, have you ever had this happen, right? Like, you were little, you were young, some shit happened with you and your brothers and your sisters. And then you come and you tell the story. You go, oh yeah, because remember we was all together and we hopped on the boat and we was like riding the boat through the water and I fell off the boat and I fell in the water and I almost drowned. Y'all had to throw the life jacket in for me in order to save me. And then everybody go, yeah, we remember that happening, but it wasn't you that fell in the water. It was actually this brother over here that fell in the water. And you going, no, it wasn't. Like, I know it was me. But you got 3 siblings that are saying, no, all 4 of us was there. It wasn't you that fell in the water. It was Johnny that fell in the water. It wasn't you, but you, because you were there and you watched it happen over time, you lived that reality out. You lived that your brother falling in the water turned into you being falling in the water. Like, this is like it's crazy, bro. And I think this is the one thing that they understand when it comes to reality. When it comes to that happening in reality, they know. That's why, the videos then got short form now. They're not long anymore. They're real short, because each time when you go, bam, when you look at something, yeah, the multiverse is hella real. When you look at something on TikTok, why you think it only lasts like 3 minutes? Bam, you live that out. Bam, you go to the next one. You live that out. You live that out. Each thing that you're scrolling through, that you're looking at, and you watching this thing happen, you're also living it too. In your subconscious mind, you're living it too. Why you think you'll have ideas going? Like when we watching scary movies and stuff happening in scary movies, what's the first thing we say? We say, hey, don't go in there. I wouldn't have went in there. I would have did this right here. You just created 3 different realities within yourself, not just the one that's happening that you're paying attention to, but then the one that says you would have made a different move. You made it, you lived that out. You feel me? And it's like, that's why I feel like, and I don't think we look at it like that, because we put off everything that we do. Every moment that happens, we don't save them. We only save the good moments and the bad moments in order so the bad moments don't happen again. So all these different other moments or these other things that happen, they kind of get stored in our subconscious mind. And then when they come together, they put themselves together, they come out as dreams. And then that's why you dream, and your dream seems like a whole nother life in itself. And sometimes when you dreaming, you can't even tell it's a dream. I know I can't, because my dreams are so real now, and I dream every time I sleep now. So every time I dream, my dreams is to the point now to where you can be watching TV. I can fall asleep, and whatever is playing on that TV, if I hear it, it's happening in my dream. I'm dreaming it. I'm walking around. I'm doing it in my dream to where when I wake up, my dream will be exactly point on with that movie you was watching. To where I can explain that movie and I never seen it before. I was asleep while the movie was going on. Like that's where my dreams are now. To that point, to where it's like and half the time it'd be like a conglomerate of everything that happened throughout the day or throughout the week, things I didn't focus on or things that I didn't watch. That's why I said when we be doing these lives, if you pay attention, you will say something in the comments or I'll say something here and it'll pop up in one of the videos we see. Somebody will say the exact same thing that you said in the comment or the exact same thing that the video said. Like you'll notice this also, like if you actually pay attention, because we don't understand how we generate our own reality when we going on about life. So if you actually start paying attention to your every move, when you come home and you turn on that TV or you turn on that radio, a lot of things that you did throughout the day or stuff people said to you is going to be said right on that TV or it's going to be said on the radio or on the music you're actually listening to. If you think I'm playing, start paying attention. Start paying attention to each moment. Don't look at it by days, every moment. I'm talking about each moment that is being saved. If you start paying attention, you'll see. And you'll go, dang, wait, hold on. Like, you'll be talking, like I'll be talking to my girl. And she'll be like, well, yeah, because, they had whoop-de-whoop in the cage and this and that and ooh. And then on the TV, somebody will pop in and say, yeah, because, they had whoop-de-whoop and say the same thing, exact same thing she just said. And I'm going, how is this a thing? I'm like, it's something, it's a glitch in the matrix. There's something going on in reality to where we need to start paying attention to the patterns of reality. And it's like once you start understanding the patterns, you can damn near tell what's going to happen next. Like you can damn near tell like every moment that's going to happen next if you pay attention to the patterns that are going on, because everything grows in this same pattern. Not just plants and animals, but our thoughts grow in the same pattern. Like when you see that flower of life that they be showing or that tree of life, that pattern right there, thoughts grow in that pattern. Like we form ourselves in that pattern. This trees grow in that pattern. Everything on this planet grows in that same pattern. It don't matter what it is, the seen, the unseen, you feel me? The ideas, all of it has the same, it has to, because this is how reality works. But that's go. No, I said except typical ebonics. Nah, it's weird, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, because yesterday I had dove in on DMT in the morning. Early in the morning I dove in on DMT, and then that night I dove in on mushrooms. Like my mushrooms didn't kick off until probably like hella like probably like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. They didn't turn off. Like I was rolling the whole night. I was in like so many different places. But it was like weird because even diving in on the DMT is so different. But yeah, I'm about to go though. I'll talk about that on another video with words and things you see. You kind of put it in perspective with words and things you see. We're going to talk about that. Hold on, wait till I'm done. We're going to talk about that another time though, because I haven't did any psychedelic videos. That's the one thing that I haven't did in a while, that I feel like I gotta get back into, so y'all can better understand why I even talk the way I do and why I even see things the way I do, because I'll never talk about it no more. I'll never talk about it. Yeah, man. Yeah, mushrooms, DMT. Yeah, I'm probably dove in on like mostly all psychedelics by now. Like, and it went from like me diving in like every 2-3 days to just like now it's a little bit further. Nah, I've never did harsh drugs. Never did coke or anything like that. Why would I do something like that when that's what my parents went through? That's what they did. So yeah. That's what my parents went through. So I would never. the truth and imagination. So there is no real reality or truth. Everyone is in their own worlds instead of each other's. No, we all in our own world, but they're all connected because it's one mind. You should know this already. It's one mind, no matter what. Everybody's using the same mind to generate or create the reality that they're in. And sometimes you're generating it yourself, and then a lot of times it's controlled. It's controlled by everything that's outside of you. Like, giving you information, telling you to do this and telling you to do many things. So it's controlled at the same time. But it's just wow. It's wow. But you can see like all minds are connected. And I think some of us are more in tune than others. And that's why some of us see, because the one thing I think everybody don't understand is like life is all spirit. Everything in life is spirit. Like when people talk about God, life is God. Like that's what life is. Like it's not hard to see. That's how come, like in that Bible, what did it say? It said, say life is long. So like, well, in the, bro, you ain't got nothing else better to do. I feel you though. I'm gonna just laugh at you because y'all be hella funny. I don't know. Half the time I know grown folks don't just be coming on here just spewing out weird shit. You gotta be like a kid or something. It gotta be a kid. But no, like I was saying though, life is God. That's how come we can put God on anything or put God within anything. Because whole life, the mind that we share is God. That's how come you can give power to anything. Like people don't understand that we are the power. We are the battery behind these things in life. That's how come like a state is not a state without the people. Land is not the thing without the people. The people bring the energy to the land and make the land what it is when they're on it. The United States is its own machine. It's its own entity. And the people are the power behind the entity that is the United States. It's the people. The people in China are the power behind what makes China China, because China is its own entity. When the people come together, this is what they do. Like, it said in your book, 3 or more come together, that's the Spirit of God. And that's only 3 or more. So just think a whole continent of people believing, accepting that that place is what it is. So therefore, now that place comes alive because of the people. Without the people, it wouldn't be shit. Without the people or the animals, it wouldn't even be nothing. It wouldn't be anything. He say, but we're different. We were different. 2 or more. Okay, 2 or more. But I'm saying that's the spirit, because all life is the spirit. Like we're all the things. Not proper. Okay, well, 2, 3, like you said, 2 or more. I was 1 off. You know what the hell I'm talking about, though. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you know what I'm talking about when I said what I said. See, I'm telling you, don't always look for the wrong in what people saying. Just try to understand them first before you try to pull out the wrong, because this is how we do each other. But I think that's how we just do each other as people. Because, I don't know. I'll be thinking we always, who make you right? Like when you think about who makes you right, who make you right? You do. You do. You make you right. And no matter what step you take, who you feel is wrong or whatever's going on, you make yourself right. And you good at it. Like even me, like I do the same thing. And like when I be talking, I don't be just pointing fingers. I'm talking about myself. I had to learn from myself and see what myself was doing to understand how everybody else's mind works. I had to see my own first and go, damn, that's how I be thinking. Like, golly, that's how I be thinking. Damn, this is how we think as people. This is how we do as people. That's why we can put the spirit anywhere, bro. This shit is crazy. But I'm gonna get out of here Because, we get into this talk. I think it'd be different for me because, like I said, I didn't have so many different dives, so many deep dives, and I didn't seen so many different worlds outside of this world. And we're so tied into this world that we think this is the only world that exists, and it's not. It's not the only reality that's happening. There's worlds on top of worlds on top of worlds. It's almost like stacked up like CDs. And each CD got a whole lot of movies on them. Each one. So it's like, it's crazy as hell, bro. But we get trapped in this one because we get trapped, but at the same time, you hear people talk about it and they go, because your higher self and your lower self. And it's like each one of these things have to be in order for this to be. Like each level of reality has to be for the other ones even to exist. So when you're talking about your higher self, you're only talking about the self of you that goes along with not being the destroyer or the one that's trying to be the right perfect person. And then your lower self is like almost like the destroyer of shit. But like, this is what we do. We build, destroy, we build, destroy, we build, destroy, back and forth in order so we can rebuild and rebuild better. So it's like, even with the body, what we do, the body gets destroyed and then another one is born. The body gets destroyed, another one is born. And this is every animal. Because it's like kind of weird though. I think we always trying to separate ourselves from the animals. And it's like, a lot of these motherfucking humans walking around ain't nothing but animals. They act like animals. They do animalistic shit. Like we don't even know how to love each other. Like we always say love and respect and all this, but we don't even do it. We don't even do it. We only love the things that we think are good for us, or that works for us, or that is best for us, or that we think we need. Everything outside of that is, we be like, fuck it. That shit ain't nothing. Like, that's how we are as humans. With our belief systems, we sit back, we try to protect them, and we try to hold on to them. And if theirs is different, we disrespect. We block. You feel me? We try to block it. Or we try to say something bad to make it look worse than what it is that we got. Like, this shit be hella crazy. Then I'm playing like, I'm saying this like, you can go see it yourself. We see it every day. We see it every day. You feel me? Like, everybody, like, this person will be looking after their family, but they don't give a fuck about your family. They trying to look after theirs. They'll do anything to make theirs fly. And then once they got their families right now, it's their people. It's them, then it's their people. And then so on. But it's like weird because it's like, we as people, like, that's why I said, that's why I feel like, bro, I feel like we like cavemen. We literally like cavemen. We got the caveman thinking. This is the first thing that gets me is we think and we feel like we got to be rich. We got to create this generational wealth. Yes, it's generational wealth, but it's also a generational trap at the same time. Because now you're saying that, okay, I'm going with this right here. I'm trying to get money. Yeah, you're trapping yourself. No, go. Blondie, call Jameer. But no, like, we're trapping ourselves. We're saying, yes, this is what I want. I want generational wealth. So this trap that I'm in right now, that I have to work, I have to do this, I'm trying to get my next generations trapped in it too. You know why? Because I want to keep America. So we indoctrinate each other with the trap. We don't even understand we are in the trap, but we will keep everybody in it with us and go, hey, well, you got to think like you got to do this, and because we want each other to be in the trap. We love the trap. We love the matrix of the United States. We love it. And we want our generations that come after us to be in the same trap. Like, bro, wake the fuck up, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, we ain't woke up yet. We're generational wealth, man. Then they say general, and then this kills me too. General, okay, well, everybody has to have knowledge. Knowledge of fucking what? knowledge of how the system works. You still diving into the system. You're still getting pulled right into the system. To the point now you're going, I got to know how the system works so I can try to play the system and be better than the system and change the system or better the system. You're still in the system. It's like we don't even know how to get out of the system. Like literally, we as people don't know how to get out the system. We will be stuck in the system. And I don't think it's not for too long, because as we waking up, bro, as we waking up and we seeing that the system don't work for us. It never did. The system never worked for us. Like, no matter what, this system never worked for us. That's why it's still not working for us. And we still, so fuck it. Why we trying to be part of it? Why are we trying to be an influence of the system that don't work for us? We want to be a part of the system that we know don't work for us. It's like, bro, come on now. Like, we really got to wake up. We have to wake up. And what that entails, I don't know. It's waking yourself up first and looking at the shit and going, man, all this shit is fucked up. All of it. It's not one, not a eighth of an inch of it that's good. Not none of it. None of it. It's all hogwash. Like, period. Has your health to be well adjusted in a sick society. Yeah. There's no measure of health to be well adjusted in a sick society. And society is sick as hell. It's sick as hell. And like, it's crazy. Look how I get mad. Like, it get mad when we talk about it. When we talk about how sick it is. And like, you know, like we here, like, you know, me going in on all the people doing all the other stuff. Yeah, I'm laying light to myself. These are a lot of things that I didn't know that I'm seeing. You feel me? Because I've been asleep under a psychedelic rock. I keep telling you, if you go watch all my videos was like on psychedelics and diving in. That's it. That's all I was doing. And I was trying to understand the matrix. I was trying to understand life. I was connecting to a higher source of what is. Like, because the what is that we connected to is the people that are in control, the ones that's always been in control. And it's like kind of weird, because even if we're learning from our elders, they locked in with the ones that controlled them and gave them a way of to think. They locked in with that, with the belief system of the rulers that been ruling this shit. How, like, have you ever thought about this? Why we can walk around saying all the things that we say about the country, about other people and everything. You know why? Because it don't stop shit. Everybody that's still here in the United States is still working together to keep the United States what it is. And Rome fell. Every other city, every other existence fell. And one day, the United States is going to fall. Russia is going to fall. China is going to fall. But the system, once it becomes life and we give it life, because you got to understand, the United States, Russia, all these different kingdoms, we breathe life into them and make them what they are. We do. We, the people, give it the power to be what it is. And that's the crazy thing, because we know all these different things. We know all these states is fucked up. It's not just the U.S. All the other ones, they all fucked up from all the leaders, because the leaders, they get power and look how they treat us. Look how they do us. We know they all fucked up. And yes, they would want us to all funk with each other, because it's not going to stop nothing with them. They're going to stay in control no matter what we do. So they don't care what's going on at the bottom. All the power that's generated at the bottom is helping run the ones at the top and keep them in control. And that's the one thing that we stay doing. And it's like, you know, I don't think it's ever going to change no time soon. Now, it gets hella deep, bro. It gets hella deep. It gets hella deep. And I think we know that, but they keep our focus somewhere else. They always got our focus on some bullshit. Like, this is the thing. They like, it's almost, bro, they keep our focus on some bullshit, but they not going to say it's bullshit. They're not going to say, okay, if you focus on this is bullshit. No, they smart. So when they grab your focus, they tell you if you're not paying attention to this over here, you ain't shit. If you're not looking at this, if you're not voting on this, if you don't have your whole mind into this right here, you're not shit. You're not about nothing. You're a bad person. You're this, you're that. You feel me? And then that's what grabs our focus, and we go, dang, everybody else is doing it, I should do it too. And we do it. And it's like, that's why I said, bro, I guarantee you, when everybody get to their deathbed, when every person living, because you got to understand, all this shit that's going on right now, 1,000 years from now, this shit ain't even going to exist. It's not even going to be a thing. This is just what's happening right now. And if we look on the timeline of life, from the Black Death to slavery to what happened to the Jews, we look on the timeline of slavery, like the Vikings, I forgot the one Chinese dude name, but we look on the timeline. Each timeline had its own story. It had its own beginning into a new chapter of life that was going on. And that's all this is. This is like the beginning of a new chapter of life that's about to happen, that's beyond what's going on right now. And every timeline, everything changed. Everything changed, and everything that happened on that timeline stayed on that timeline. And you know what we did? We even changed those stories in order to make them fit what we believe today. Like, we always kind of do that. We always, the evil, it's an evil matrix. We always kind of do that. We always kind of change things in order to fit with today. That's how come you'll have stories. You have them saying, okay, President Lincoln was white. Then you'll have them come out and say, oh, well, right here it said President Lincoln was black. Like, we changed we don't even understand, bro. We right now today, everybody that's living in the now creates the past. It's almost like the past didn't even happen. Like, there's nobody from ancient Egypt can sit up here right now and tell you everything that went on in Egypt. Like, think about that. Like, there's not one person from Egypt that was there that can say, hey, well, this is what happened and this is what happened. No, you had 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 1,000 people that wrote stories, and then we followed those stories. But what about all the people that were slaves? What about the people that were that lived in the city that were homeless? What about the people? You don't hear from those. You always hear the story from the one that was on top. This is why I never could understand. You only hear the stories from the ones that was on top, the ones that was winning. You feel me? So it's like, and then once other people got the story, they rewrote the story. And then they rewrote it again. The best way to look at this shit, bro, is go look at Disney movies. Go look at Pinocchio, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Go look at those stories. Don't look at the story what it is now. Say, hey, hold on. What was the first? Who wrote Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Who wrote Pinocchio? And go back and look at the first story of Pinocchio. It's nothing like it was today. Like, just think about it. Pinocchio was a story that was so good. You had over 10,000 people rewrite that story. And I think Pinocchio was written probably in the early 1800s or something like that. I forgot how long ago it was, but look how many versions of Pinocchio it is right now. Now, put that on God. Like, from the first person that understood God and knew what God was, and look how many perspectives and how many stories on God is today in the belief of God. Bro, all we got to do is look at the patterns. I'm going to say it again. All we have to do is look at the patterns of what's already happening. But this is the thing. We learned how, they taught us how to create a divide, a separation, and not have all these things together as one happening all at one time. They taught us to not put them together and line up the different shit. And that's what we don't do. We don't line everything up. We'll say that's different than this. And it's like, no, it's not. It's all the same. So if you think them stories change, you don't think any of the other stories change of them just talking about people? Like they even changed. We have stories that we hear today, bro, that changed over time. It became better stories than they were back then today. So we change history as we go. As we go, we change it. Because you got to understand, when we look at Egypt and we talk about Egypt, a lot of the things that the Egyptians was going through back in the days, they didn't have a name for it. They just jotted it down. They had somebody jot it down and write it down and say, you know, this is what happened and this and that. We created names for that shit. So when they were going through this, we said, oh, that's a democracy. Oh, when they was going through this, oh, that was slavery. We created names for it. So now we put our perspective on what they was going through. Because a lot of times they didn't know what the fuck was going on. When that Black Death was happening, they didn't know what that disease was. They didn't know what it was. They just knew it was knocking everybody down. It was unaliving everybody. And they didn't know they didn't know what to do to fix it. When it got to us and we seen it, we said, oh shit, oh, that was this disease. We put a name on the shit. Once we put a name on it, now we rewrote history just right there. We just rewrote history. We rewrote it because now we know what it was. They didn't know what it was. They was just living it and living through it and feeling like it was an attack, a spiritual attack on their nation or something. But we said, no, it was this. It was herpes. She said, what books do you recommend? None. I'm not, I didn't read a lot of books, but I'm not even into that no more. Like I already looked at a lot of shit, right? I'm like, my name is, you got to understand, my name is Booker. I am my own book. I'm tired of, I'm not living life of everybody else's anymore. I'm not looking to find what everybody else should do or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm creating my own book. This is me right now. My name is Booker. I am my own book. I don't have to read anybody else's books to define or understand reality now. That's the one thing that I've learned over time is I don't, everybody can I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying this is me now. Like I didn't travel so much and I didn't seen so much that I said, damn, everybody came and created their own story. And what did we do? We followed those stories. And then once you start reading the story, now that story becomes you. Now you're becoming this other thing over here. Like we don't know how to be the thing that we are. Like, we have to look for other people to help us understand what or who we are. And I'm beyond that. I know who I am. I don't even, like, I remember it was a time to where, I was into like the Ram Doss, the Kalindi, the Terrence McKenna. I was into all that different stuff. I was deep into it. And then I said, damn, after a while, like me going in, traveling on psychedelics, I said, damn. I said, every time somebody say something, like you don't even know how to speak. All you speak is in parables. You start speaking in parables like Jesus. Everything you say is something somebody else said. Like you don't even we get to the point because, and then we got to point out different books and different things. Like we forget to even know how to speak for ourselves and the knowledge that we have ourselves. Like you'll forget. And you now you only spewing out what you heard or what you read or this and that. And it's like, nah, I got so much in me right now. I can talk forever about this shit I can do it without having to quote nobody because I experienced it. I lived it. You feel me? I see myself come here and get old about 1,000 times, bro. My shit just kept growing. And then I kept on, once I go back into the spirit world, it's like, I say, I ain't never going back there again. And then I see myself come back to live life with the people that, I always felt like didn't understand, and I had to come back and explain it and break it down to them. And which was a dumb thing also, because life was just made just to live and just to be. You feel me? And that's the best thing to do, man. Be you. They say there are over 330,000 what? GD? Gods? I wonder if you're saying gods. If that's what you're saying, I can believe that. I can believe that. You need to know in the whole world there are more than 1,000 religions, bro. Yeah, it gets deep. Yeah, when you diving into spirituality, it get hella deep, bro. It get hella deep. It gets real deep, but not deep enough to where we can't see it because it's always been in our face. It's just it's never been woken up. Like I always explain it like almost like going to buy a car and you don't get that car that you want because they showed you a new car that you've never seen before. So now you buy that car and then you go, dang, I ain't never seen this. Ain't nobody gonna have this car. And you drive off the lot and you start seeing the car everywhere. Everybody got that car. Like, this is what our minds do. Once our minds is programmed in a certain way and something gets thrown at us, we don't start seeing it in reality until it's brought to our it's awoken within us. Like, once it's explained to us and we see it, now everywhere we go we'll begin to see it. And now it's like, oh shit, I didn't notice that. Like with the FBA thing and all this stuff that was going on, like I wouldn't have never noticed it because I trained my mind to block it all out. I trained myself to block a lot of stuff out. You train yourself to block a lot of things out. That's why when certain people say certain things, that thing that you train yourself to block out, that's why you get triggered and you get angry. And you'll get angry and you'll say something crazy because you train yourself to block out certain belief systems or certain ideas. You just train yourself to block it out so that you never see it. But as soon as it gets brought to your attention, then you start seeing it. Now, I think that's where the knowledge and the wisdom comes from, because everybody wants the knowledge, but it's like, for what? Like everybody, like even when I think about the riches, like, you know, they was always like, why everybody always talking about that? I say, damn. I say, because when you die, like you can't take none of that stuff with you. You can't take nothing with you. Like, you know, I understand wanting to be happy here right now, but anything you get when it comes to getting in that casket, ain't shit going with you. Nothing. And people go, well, you got to have the knowledge. You got to have the wisdom. That shit ain't going with you neither. If you go and you smoke DMT and you pop outside of your body and you be in that spirit world, that in between to where you can see your body land there on the ground, you laugh at your body for carrying all the luggage and ideas that it carry. You go, that motherfucker right there is just a worried being. But that spirit thing, when it pops out, it don't have no worries. It don't need no clothes. It don't need money. It don't need spirituality. It don't need information. It don't need none of that. This is the thing that the body craves for. But then you got to start to realize you're not the body. All the cravings that the body and the mind have is not you. That's what the body wants. The body does these things. The body wants sweets. The body wants coffee. The body wants to be angry. The body wants to be loving. The body wants all these different things. That thing that you are that's deep inside there, it don't need none of that. It never did. That's why I keep coming back to have the experience within body after body and seeing it through lifetime after lifetime, because it don't need all that shit. Only the body needs it. The body is fighting for a position. The body is fighting for happiness. That thing in there, it lives forever. It goes and it comes as it pleases. It lives forever and ever, and it don't need none of that stuff. I'm saying, when you pop outside of your body, like a lot of people did it, and they got outside and they seen themselves sitting there and they go, golly, bro, like, why am I carrying all that shit? Why am I carrying all them ideas? Why am I carrying all them belief systems? Like, it's weird as hell, but this is what the body wants. So this is what we do. But
Yeah, I requested you.
oh, okay. All right. No, see, you're going to make it fall. Hold on. You got to go.
No.
You got to go. I'm about to be finished. I'll let you play on the computer as soon as I get done, okay?
He said yes.
But, yeah, go. I'm going to let you play as soon as I get done, all right? Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm about to let my grandson play on the computer. But, yeah, bro, like, you know, Just understand yourself. That's all I always say. Like once you understand yourself and the way the patterns your mind work, you'll be able to see everybody else. But you can't see everybody else if you can't see you. You know, we go around, we point fingers, but if you can't see yourself, you won't be able to see everybody else. That's all I can say. And they're like, it's a cold world. It's a cold world. But I thank y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Thanks for the ones that subscribed while you was here. And I know we kind of got off and went away to the left, but that's usually what happens. You feel me? Just to kind of butter everybody up once the video is over. So I thank everybody for watching. And yeah, it's funny about the religious people. They are convinced about their knowledge, but they really they no longer believe, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think what it is I'm gonna say it again. Like when we talk about the talking points, like people just all they do is regurgitate the same knowledge over and over again. Like it's crazy because you kind of become like, it remind me of the ants, you know, and you got the queen ant and everybody follows the queen ant and everybody acts accordingly. So it's like that one belief system, everybody's like sticks under that, and all they could do is say the same thing over and over again with that belief system. That this is why they gotta read it over and over again, over and over and over and over and over, so it gets stuck, so they can use it as a sword. Now, instead of going out and really trying to save people, they're really going out trying to destroy people. Like, because I think we don't understand, like, we are the destroyers. We are the creators of life, but we have the power to destroy also. So when you are the creator of good and evil, you walk around and you make things evil. That's what you do. But you don't pay attention, because you don't pay attention to that. So if we come together and we say that's evil right there, that thing is going to be evil. Like if somebody come and do a drive-by and a kid get hit, which, you know, I hate when this happens, but we'll call that evil because we are only looking at it from a human perspective. Like from a human perspective, if something happens and a child gets hurt, that'll be evil. But if a lion or a bird or a snake go into the nest of a bird nest and eat all the three chicks that's in there, it's nature. If a lion runs down and grab a baby deer or a baby water buffalo, we'll say that's nature. And it's like, no, we don't understand reality. That's what we don't. We want to put humans above everything when we don't understand humans and everything is connected. It's all one thing. We create the separation as we go. All this shit is just one thing happening at one time. It's not broken up like how we go, well, in 1986, no, this is one time happening at one time. Everything is happening at one time. This shit never stopped. It didn't stop. Not one day did life pause and give everybody a break and go, well, today, you know, we ain't gonna life today. You feel me? This shit does not stop. It's not no stop and go thing. Life is just one time happening. It's happening all at one time. That's why when you dive in on like mushrooms, you can see each timeline on one film strip. You can see each timeline on one film strip and you going, what the hell? Like, no, all life is happening at one time. There's no stop and go. There's no pauses, no pause button or none of that. It's all happening at that one given time. And we split it up and we make time zone. I said, that's why if there's an aspect of us that knows how to go through the timelines. But the physical aspect of us can only see it through books, through us talking, through memories and different things like that. In a way we don't understand, like even through those memories of us seeing it, reading it, or, you know, we're living it again. We're living the past again. That's how come we can change it. Like over time we can change the past. Like this is what we do. We change it and we make it better, or we, you know, we say we learning from it, but really what we doing is we switching that shit up. We do it all the time with the presidents and everything. Somebody can be a mass murderer and then we'll come through, slide. We'll be running that, and then damn, next thing you know, that person will be a good person. You feel me? Like look at the devil, right? Remember, like all the stuff that they were saying about the devil, because the devil story changed in itself. That's why people get mad at me when I say I don't believe in the devil. It's like, how could you believe in the devil when if you go way back far, devil was a race of people. Like the devil then evolved itself also. Jesus has evolved into what it is today. All these things have evolved over time into what they are today. How you gonna be scared of something that you kind of sort of are? Like that's the crazy part.
He said, "Leave him alone."
That's the crazy part, but. On that note, I'm about to go because my grandson gonna keep on popping in here on me. So I thank y'all for watching, and one day we'll just have these talks without all the other stuff. All right. He said bye, but peace out. Y'all have a good one, man. Hit that like button on your